morning, Kilbourne. This is your WKHS news for Thursday, March 7th. On this week's news, we get information on ACT prep, go to Kittie's coffee shop, talk to Mr. Almanson about his basketball career, and ask students what they're listening to. Your WKHS news starts now.
Good morning, Kilbourne. I'm Marissa Dulciato.
And I'm Jacob Granick.
Hey, Jacob, are you ready for the ACT next week?
I sure am.
Lily, Addie, and Carolina tell us tips and tricks of how to be successful.
For this week's news, we interview teachers and counselors to help juniors prepare for the ACT.
It's about 3 hours and it's 4 sections. So it's English, reading, math, and science. It will be a written test, so make sure number 2 pencil, no mechanical pencils. And the ACT, so if you just like fill in kind of, the questions that you don't know, you're not docked for those points. So if you're running out of time, pick a letter and bubble in the rest of those, but make sure not to go back to sections that are completed. That's typically one of the biggest irregularities and can make it so that you don't get a grade for that exam.
There are a couple of different ways that you can really prepare yourself for the English portion on the ACT. One of the best ways and the easiest ways is to just always make sure that you are scheduling a rigorous schedule and English class. Of course, our AP and our more advanced English classes will prepare you, but even if you're in regular English, that is also preparing you to be successful on the ACT. On our website, WKHScounselors.com, we do have test suggestions for how to prepare for the ACT. Please check that out. It's under the testing section on our website. Khan Academy has a free online test prep available, and there are, if you wanted to, and if your family supported it, then you could also work with different companies to help prepare you for the ACT or work with personal tutors. But to help prepare yourself, there are some free online resources that you can use and check out our website. Good luck.
Hi, I'm Mr. Eisenhower. I teach math here at Kilbourne High School. So to prepare for the math section of the ACT, you definitely want to try to find some example problems and that you can do either out of a workbook or online. Khan Academy has a really good resource. You also, when you do problems, my biggest advice when I was in school in order to get a good score was to try to plug in simple numbers into the equations to try to get to make it easier. So if it's trying to get you to solve for a harder problem, just try to make it easier. Make a table, draw a picture whenever possible, and then just also remember that the pictures that they give you are not drawn to scale, and so don't always trust their pictures, but draw your own. Besides that, just make sure you get good sleep, and then don't try to cram the night before, but just kind of know that you've been prepared well in all your math classes and you're going to do great.
This has been Lily,
Carolina,
and Addie with your WKHS news.
Hey Marissa, have you heard of Kittie's Coffee Shop?
Yeah, I have. It's a new coffee shop in Old Worthington.
Well, Brooklyn and Izzy take us there and try out the coffee.
This week we went to Kittie's Café in downtown Worthington. We interviewed the owner and got some sweet treats and drinks to review.
Steve Herman, the owner of Kittie's in Worthington. My wife Diane and I bought this Kittie's a year ago. It's been open for 8 years. We bought the German Village Bakery, and then we bought the coffee shop in Bexley. And we love coffee, and we wanted to create neighborhood coffee shops. Hopefully we're building a neighborhood coffee shop where the culture is good, the associates enjoy working with each other, we give back in the community, we're a part of the community, we're here every single day, and we just love being in Worthington. Our most popular item is our cinnamon roll. It's awesome, along with our Nashville hoodie. It's a incredible latte, honey, vanilla, and cinnamon. It is delicious. My favorite item is definitely our cinnamon roll, but I love our little mini cupcakes. Each one of our mini cupcakes can be made into a big cake, but you can eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I love our mini cupcakes.
Time for our review.
First things first.
Drinks, we both agree 10 out of 10.
Okay.
This is so boosting.
Tell them what your drink was.
My drink was a chai tea latte infused with vanilla and honey. And compared to Starbucks, I would say it's better.
I got an iced maple latte, which was super delicious. Probably the best latte I've ever had.
100 out of 10. The flavor, like the coffee flavor is just so like silky and like soft. And then like you have like the maple in there.
I tried hers and I don't like coffee, and it's probably because I usually have coffee from Starbucks, but I love that. Like, it tastes good.
Brooklyn got a
scone, a cinnamon scone
with like maple icing. It's so bussin'. We already had some.
But it like, I don't know what to describe it.
It's just, it tastes like a really good like cinnamon toast crunch, like with maple. Like, it tastes really good. It's really yummy. It's really good.
Kittie's was delicious. Make sure to go downtown and check it out. This has been Brooklyn Hopkins
and Izzy Borchers
with your WKHS News.
We know Mr. Almanson as our assistant principal here at Kilbourne.
Alex and Avery take a deep dive into his life before his educational career.
So this is my 10th year in education. So in the field of education, I've had, I guess, 4 different jobs. I taught 1 year in a middle school setting. I taught 3 years in a high school setting, teaching social studies. I was an assistant principal at McCord Middle School for 3 years, and now this is my 3rd year at Kilbourne High School as an assistant principal. So all of that is 10 years. Yes, so prior to getting into education and teaching and administration, I played basketball professionally in Europe, mostly, for 9 years. And so I was mostly living outside of the country during that time. France, Germany, Switzerland, Portugal, Luxembourg were countries that I played in Europe. So moving from basketball to the classroom, the court to the classroom, as you get older in sports, you know, your body starts to change. You start to get a little bit older. I was 32 years old, and I thought that, you know, I was feeling fine physically, but, you know, 9 years is a long time after college to play in general. And so I had majored in education when I was in college, and so I always had that degree and the license to teach. And so I thought that it would be a good time to change careers, and I had gotten everything that I wanted to out of basketball, and so you have to do something else for the rest of your life, and so I was already prepared for teaching, and so I moved into that realm.
This has been Avery Ellis
and Alex Rios
with your WKHS News.
This week on the review, Noah gives us a review of Dune 2. Also this week, Justin highlights Aiden Polchek as Wolf of the Week. You can find all this and more at WKHSnews.com.
Jacob, what are you listening to?
Oh, Humble by Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, I love that song. I wonder what other people are listening to.
Riley and Sutton ask Kilbourne students what they're listening to.
Today, me and Sutton are going to talk to Kilbourne students about what they're listening to.
What are you listening to?
Oh, A Passion Fruit by Drake.
Excuse me, what are you listening to?
What Went Wrong by the Kid Leroy.
Chum by Earl Sweatshirt.
What are you listening to? I'm on FaceTime. Beat It by Michael Jackson. What are you listening to?
Star Wars.
Excuse me, what are you listening to?
Oh, nothing.
Jungle by Drake. Pink and White by Frank Ocean.
I'm listening to Knock Knock by Nardo Wick.
What are you listening to?
Find Your Love by Drake.
Recházame by Prince Royce.
Back to Me by Kanye.
What are you listening to?
Man Eater by Daryl Hall and John Oates. I am listening to Blue Gangster by Michael Jackson.
What are you listening to?
Bailey Zimmerman.
You like country?
A lot.
A lot.
Heck yeah. One Beer by MF Doom.
What are you listening to?
Sunshine by Steve Lacy.
Devin Johnson. What are you listening to?
It's called L'amour dice Shao.
This has been Sutton Whistler and Riley Emerton with your WKHS News.
This has been your WKHS News. Spring sports start their scrimmages this weekend.
Have a fun and safe weekend, Kilbourne, and remember to keep it classy. Also this week, Justin highlights Aiden Paulchek as Wolf of the Week. I said that weirdly.
Nothing.
I put some Neosporin on it. Put some Neosporin.
Yeah, that's what I put on mine.